Sifu Jan A. Loren, Senior Chief Instructor of the Northern Tumpai Association, will demonstrate the long yang form and sword form practice. The long form is a continuation of the short form. And after proper theory of attitude, posture, and breath is acquired in the short form, then the long form allows a longer continuous practice to acquire the actual habits that are ingrained without thought. It also allows for a stronger exchange of ground and air energy in the goal of increasing one's chi level. The location of doing Tai Chi is of key importance, and outside activity is probably considered one of the better areas to practice. This is in harmony with the idea that Tai Chi connects and harmonizes with nature. It also allows a grounding energy to come up through the earth, whereas on blacktop or concrete, this is not as easily obtained. The end of the first paragraph. Notice how Sifu Loren's eyes follow the fingers but yet lead them slightly, the movements. The waist creating the movement of the arms, the breath creating the movement, rooting through the feet. All motion following the waist. All motion is centered. All motion is continuous, never stopping, never holding the breath. All thought is positive, never thinking of negative thoughts. Trying to get the thought on oneness, on just the body and the breath, eliminating the outside everyday thoughts. This is the cause of tranquility, of harmonizing. Allowing the system to flow, to build healthy organs, a sound nervous system. Some of the moves aren't in the short form, are in the long form. This particular move of needle at sea bottom is only in the long form. At all times, the feet are rooted, never coming on the edges, never coming off the ground unless it goes into 7-star posture, which rocks back on the heel at a 90-degree angle. The corners would be at 45-degree angles to the 90-degree straight lines. In a long form, cloud hands steps back instead of up, as is done in the short form. It is the only difference in the cloud hand posture. Eyes are following the hand, and if the hands go below the tontien, which is 2 inches below the belly button, then the peripheral vision would take over. The same would be true if the hand was above the forehead. Between the forehead and the tontien, the eyes would follow and lead the movement. So part of the gaze is on the hand or the foot, and part of the gaze is leading it. This is going together with the body follows mind. The kicks in the long form are also different. They're quite a bit longer and a little more involved, which we will go into a little bit stronger after this form is done on this particular set. They also go at the angles. So Sifu Loren is at the 45 now, and then to the next 45. He blocks, covering, and separates. All the moves are basically self-defense moves. We are now starting in to the third paragraph. The third paragraph, it has parting the wild horse's mane, which will be the next set. This is not included also in the short form. Here is parting the wild horse's mane. Notice how Sifu Loren gathers the energy down by his Tontin area. The waist throwing out the arms on the twist, the breath helping. Always breath coordinating to the movement. Sifu Loren is now going into four corners. Notice how his head drops below the upward block. Not pushing the block up, but dropping below it. Going into cloud hands now. So there's three sets of cloud hands in the long form as compared to one set in the short form. snake creeps down. Golden cock stands on one leg. And then repulse monkey. Notice how Sifu Loren goes away from his palm. Instead of shoving it out, it touches, he falls away. Gathering in the Tontin area, flying diagonal movement. Into 7-star posture. Into shoulder brace. And then into white crane, spreads his wings. Next is needle at sea bottom. Notice the wrist does not go above the head. Coming up the spine in that circle. Head dropping below the upward block. Gathering the energy and then going forward. One continuous motion. After doing the long form, the person should be slightly moist and warm. Back in to cloud hands. Notice how Sifu Loren's waist throws the arms. So release energy kick. And the conclusion of the long form. Weight shifting to the right, left as it slowly rises, and then to the center, wuji, meaning nothing. Here are some important spots to pay attention to in the long form. At the very beginning, the feet will pivot as the weight shifts from the right, pivoting on the left heel, and then on the right heel, sinking and warding off. This is a very important area here to be sure the weight shifts properly. Sifu Loren will demonstrate it once more. The weight being into the right side, filling the arms, taking the arms in, emptying the arms. Weight is still into the right side as it shifts and pivots on the heel of the left leg, and then as it shifts the weight to the left leg, pivots on the right heel, dropping to create the circle and ward off posture. The next spot is needle at sea bottom, which is not included into the short form. Notice how Sifu Loren steps behind, his left hand touching the wrist of the right hand. As it drops and takes in the earth energy, it comes circling up through the spine, the energy field. The head dropping below the blocking arm. It blocks to the side and then delivers the punch. Next one is the flying diagonal movement. And then into cloud hands. This is demonstrating the way the short form does cloud hands. Now Sifu Loren will demonstrate the long form way of bringing the right leg back into the left foot. So the short form steps up as he showed, and the long form steps back. Sifu Loren is now going to show the kicks, which the entire kicking set is different than the short form. Notice the arms are not closer than 9 degrees on the ward-off position. There's 2 pushes, and then the groin strike. Pulling out like a tube, the arm, the right arm, with a back fist. Turning to the left corner, 45 degrees, separating again, kicking to the groin, drops the arms down, and eye poke. Notice his arms don't go past 90 degrees or in less than 9 degrees. This allows the tendon structure to be unhindered, allowing the chi level to flow properly. Each of these would be at 45 degrees. Now goes back into the straight line. Creating a circle, but the toe not behind the leg, but just in walking posture. Ending the second paragraph. Sifu Loren is continuing on, and the next posture would be parting the wild horse's mane, which is also not included in the short form. It is demonstrated at 45 degrees. Then 45 degrees, cutting the corner to his left side. And once more, 45 degrees, cutting the corner to his right side. Again, Sifu Loren is going to demonstrate step back and repulse monkey. It is very important that you fall away from the palm and not push out the palm, but fall away from it with the body. A very important concept. Secondly, it is important that the feet pivot on the heel as it rocks back to go straight and then over as the arm goes to the opposite side. This is also very important not to have the foot facing out, but straight or slightly turned in. Notice how the back foot pivoted on the heel when it went into flying diagonal movement. Snake creeps down. The last postures are also very important, just as important as the short form, which are the same. This is the same same section as the short form has. The release energy kick. No feeling in the leg. No feeling in the arms. The conclusion of the long form.